Greetings and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garrix Wormuloid. This week's artifact is The Hunger Games, starring Hollywood's savior, Jennifer Lawrence, or J-Lo for short. The Hunger Games takes place in a dystopian society called Panem, its 12 districts acting as obvious corollaries to the 12 countries of 21st century Earth. In order to keep these districts at bay, the Panamanian government makes children fight to the death in something called a battle royale, which, when translated from the original Japanese, means Hunger Games. Our protagonist is Katniss Everdeen of District 12, 3 districts better than the shanty towns of District 9. Katniss volunteers in place of her good-for-nothing sister and meets a small boy named Peeta. They are escorted to the capital by a talking bag of potpourri and a former Hunger Games winner named Hey Arnold,
Where's the ice?
who help them get sponsorship deals with big companies like Nike and FarmersOnly.com. Once the games get underway, everyone settles in and starts killing each other as promised. Katniss decides she doesn't want to get killed, so she hides in a tree. Unfortunately, someone else already thought of that. But fortunately, it's a nice girl named Rue, who teams up with Katniss to unleash a bunch of scary bugs. But that's the thing about friendship. Almost immediately, one of the friends dies. Just for kicks, the boys in the control room change the rules so 2 people can win if they're from the same district. So Katniss and Peeta come up with a plan. Let everyone else get eaten by wolf monkeys. But psych, the rules get changed again. There can only be one winner. Katniss and Peeta threaten to pull a Romeo and Juilliard, so the bad guys give up. Stop! And the game ends in the most satisfying way possible. A tie. It's the same reason Americans loved soccer so much. One of the most filling motifs in the Hunger Games is bread.
Would you like some bread, Katniss?
Their nation is called Panem, which is the Latin word for bread. Similarly, Earth had a restaurant called Panera Bread, so that seems like it relates somehow. Peeta is the son of a baker man. Yes, he is. And his name is a homophone of pita no homo, which is what humans called pancakes. Bread serves as a metaphor for the contrast between the elite and the subjugated. Katniss and her ilk see bread as a rare source of nourishment.
Is this real?
Better be. Cost me a squirrel.
The only thing standing between them and starvation. Conversely, the settings associated with the capital are laden with cakes, cupcakes, and various other sugary carbs. The government exists in a constant state of extravagance, excess, and indulgence. It's like, hello? Whatever happened to cheat days? No, I'm asking, Karen, what happened to them? As evidenced by their lack of menu options, the citizens are powerless. The tributes are seen as subhuman, rated on a numeric scale that determines their value.
Score of 8.
Which, cosmically speaking, is basically negligible. They are implanted with trackers in their arms, much in the same way Americans did to their dogs to keep them from running off to join the circus. It is Katniss who finally pulls a power switcheroo. The capital is able to exert control over the districts by depriving them of base-level subsistence and refusing to give out the Wi-Fi password. However, the capital's need for spectacle and excess allows Katniss to exert control over them. By faking the romance with Peeta and threatening to commit double suicide, she seduces her overlords with the sensationalist entertainment they so desperately crave.
I couldn't imagine life without him.
The Hunger Games represent the media landscape of 21st century America, where reality TV was king and clickbait was the lovable court jester. Not even traditional news coverage was safe, often being subjected to the same exaggeration that caused reality television to sap all meaning from the word reality and television. In the world of the Capitol, how things appear matters more than how they are, so Katniss is forced to act inauthentically in order to survive. Her producers give her excessive makeup, new clothes, and a spicy rebrand.
To Katniss Everdeen, the girl on fire.
But ultimately, it is Katniss's most authentic moments, burying ruined flowers, refusing to fight Peeta, becoming a mass murderer, that inspire others to strive for independence and take back their reality. We would all do well to follow Katniss's lead, unless the situation is really dire, in which case, why bother? For Earthling Cinema, I'm Garrix Wormuloid.
Hey everyone, sorry for the interruption, but my name is Jacob and I'm one of the creators here at Wisecrack.
Oh my.
I make a bunch of the stuff you see on our channel, things like our thumbnails, our logos, the illustrations and thug notes, and some of the show openers like these. A question we get from you guys all the time is, how do I learn to make stuff like you? If you want to learn those skills, I highly, highly recommend a site that I've been using for almost 10 years now called lynda.com. And I'm so thrilled that they're sponsoring today's episode of Earthling Cinema, and they're offering you guys a free 10-day trial for being fans of the show. Just go to lynda.com/earthling. I love lynda.com because they've helped us here at Wisecrack learn all of the skills that we need to produce all the content we create, including things like our 8-bit animations, our production design, layout for our book, and so much more. And they can help you guys do the same thing. Even if you're looking for just the basics, how to edit a video, how to create fun graphics in Photoshop, how to animate things on the screen, all of that you can learn from lynda.com just like we did. I always recommend you learn by watching video tutorials because they allow you to follow along at your own pace and learn whatever you want, whenever you want. And while there are plenty of these free videos available on YouTube, they pale in comparison to kind of the quality and the depth and the completeness of what you're going to find on lynda.com. You can use Lynda to learn and improve just about every skill you want: graphic design, filmmaking, programming, web development, photography, whatever. They have about 3,000 classes that you can choose from, and when you sign up, you'll get unlimited access to everything in their library, so you can sort of binge to your heart's content. I definitely start with their essential trainings on Photoshop, Premiere, and After Effects. Those 3 tools will give you such a leg up over everyone else on YouTube creating content. Or choose your own path. Choose any tools that you want. They have everything you can imagine. So go to lynda.com/earthling. That's lynda.com/earthling to sign up and get your free 10-day trial. Each of you who signs up with that link helps support Earthling Cinema and all of the shows that we create here at Wisecrack. We really appreciate the love, and as always, thanks so much for watching.